He sends mixed signals because he's playing games. Now, I know we automatically think playing games is some devious, blatant, manipulating, horrible thing that a person does, right? And it's unhealthy no matter what. However, I wanted to highlight this from the angle of some men are playing games because they're trying to actually gain your interest. Now, I know you're like, well, that doesn't make any sense. Why do that if he wants me more interested? It's causing me to lose interest. Well, here's the unfortunate reality. There's a lot of toxic information that's put out there, and there's a lot, I have to acknowledge, there's a lot of toxic behavior that enforces these beliefs. And what I mean by that is this. There are men who are told and taught that sometimes the worse you treat a woman, the better she's going to treat you. They're taught that don't show her too much attention and watch how she starts to show you more attention. You know what I'm saying? Pull back from her, ignore her, and you'll have her chasing you. Things of this nature. Now, here's the reality. As I said, people do it because it's worked. When I say work, I don't, again, to me, it doesn't work in the grand scheme of things as far as if you have to do all that, this is an unhealthy foundation you're laying in a relationship, and it's going to expose or lead to bigger problems later, right? But in regards to getting that reaction they want in that moment, it has worked for many men. And because of that, many men now take these tactics on to the next woman. And yes, believe it or not, onto a woman they're into. It's not even, oh, I don't think highly of her. Oh, I'm just trying to play. No, it's, okay, I got to have the upper hand. I got to make sure she wants me. I can't end up being some sucker for her, so let me do these different things. Now, again, it's unhealthy. It's wrong. Either side that does it. Because let's face it, if we're being honest here, there are women that do these types of things too. All right? They pull back thinking, okay, well, no, you're going to chase me. No, you're going to have to work for me, whatever the case may be. And at the end of the day, we have to learn how to communicate, be more transparent with each other, and take healthy steps towards building a relationship. But I say all that to say that, yes, this can be the cause of the mixed signal. But, of course, there are just the guys who are playing games, as in blatantly playing games, trying to manipulate out of ill intentions, trying to use you, trying to turn the tables on you, things of that nature. So it can be both sides. And again, in a minute, I'm going to explain to you how to just navigate all of this, because the answer to all of this is the same thing. All right, but let's keep this going. All right, so now the second to last reason why a man sends you mixed signals is because he's scared. All right, what do I mean by that? Oh, he's scared. I know you feel bad for him, right? So so the thing is that, again, as I've explained in different videos, for a lot of men, when they're really into a woman, it can be a frightening experience, because it creates so much vulnerability in that man, depending on what he's been through in the past. If he hasn't properly healed from some of these past experiences, these things can cause him to be a little cautious, overly cautious. And because of that, and those fears getting the best of him, again, he's not consistent with his actions. He's not as clear with his actions. He comes off just downright confusing. And the unfortunate reality is that because for many women, you too have been through some things. You too are maybe be cautious. And if you really like him, fear can creep into you. You have now two people who are scared. And so neither side is getting clear communication as to what's going on. Both sides are trying to walk on eggshells and be mindful of what their next step is. Both sides are being guarded to the point where any little thing that looks like it's going to lead to something bad, you overanalyze, and now you jump ahead of yourself and jump to conclusions, and all these things that just make the situation bad. But at the end of the day, yes, his fear due to a greater desire for you, because let's be real, if he's not serious about you, if he's just trying to have fun, fear is not going to become an issue. Plain and simple. That only creeps in because of lack of healing mixed with true, genuine intention, desire, and a want to be with you in something serious. So ultimately, what I want you to take away from that specific point is the one thing that's different from what I'm going to tell you later that will address all of this is that address the fear within you, because your fear can pour into his fear, just as his fear can pour into yours. And so the only things that we can do as individuals is to fortify ourselves by healing, by making sure we're walking in faith, by being honest and transparent, all these things, because that will help eliminate a lot of the confusion and help not letting the situation go left. Because again, I've seen so many people not end up together, or right now at this moment madly in love with each other and don't even know it because fear is getting in the way. And yes, in that scenario, it's a bag of mixed signals, because they're both thinking to themselves, I think she likes me, or I think he feels the same way about me, but neither is clear about where the other stands. All right, and so the last thing, and this kind of goes hand in hand with playing the games, the one who's blatantly playing games. And it boils down to he wants you, but he doesn't want to commit to you. So this is essentially the scenario where he wants to sleep with you. He wants to engage in that boyfriend, girlfriend stuff. But because he knows he doesn't want to commit to you, this is why you're seeing this maybe hot, cold. You're seeing these situations where he indulges in the moment. He's showing you all this affection and love and all these things. But because he knows he's not trying to take it all the way there, the next day he seems cold, or he seems out of sight, out of mind, or all these different things. And so again, he may genuinely like you. He may genuinely think you're a good woman. All right. And this also kind of goes hand in hand with he wants you, but he doesn't feel he's the one for you. The difference between those two is the first guy is trying more to hold back. This guy is allowing himself to dive in, even though he's not going to go all the way in. I hope you understand what I'm saying there. So that leads to a lot of the issues and confusion there. So here's what you need to understand about all this. First, a couple points, and then what you need to do to navigate no matter what the scenario is. Number one, always remember, indecision is a decision. Doesn't matter what the reason is. It doesn't matter, fear, he's taken, whatever the case may be. If he seems indecisive, then that tells you, for whatever reason, he is not able right now to be what you need or to have a healthy relationship with you. Even the guy who's fearful and scared, the argument could be made, and of course there's more to this, but the argument could be made that he still needs to heal. So it's like, okay, even if you guys had a talk and discussed things, and now everybody's understood, okay, we're on the same page, it still exposed the fact that he may need to address some deeper issues within him to ensure that if you guys do come together, there's a healthy relationship to be had. So you have to understand that if he is sending mixed signals, it boils down to, okay, then now is not the time to even attempt to be with this man, or he's just not the man at all. Thank you for watching this video. Be sure to check this one out right here, and I'll see you there. It's one thing to fight for a man who loves you, but you shouldn't fight for a man to love you. Now remember that quote, because I'm going to break it down and help you understand the difference between those two things. But the reality is that many women, might be you,